Hello, dear learners. Welcome to our English class. I hope you're all well. In our previous lesson, we had a discussion on rank scale, the meaning of rank scale, and the elements of rank scale. We learned that rank scale is the arrangement of grammatical units according to size. That is, it is arranged from the biggest and highest unit to the smallest and lowest unit. And we also recall that the biggest or highest grammatical unit is the sentence, whereas the morpheme is the lowest or the smallest unit. Today's session is about morpheme. So in today's lesson, we are going to talk about the meaning of morpheme, the classification and types of morphemes. By the end, we are through with this lesson. Every learner will be able to demonstrate knowledge by defining what a morpheme is, differentiate between the types of morphemes, and give examples of each of the types of morpheme. So, what is the meaning of morpheme? Morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in a language. Morpheme is not identical to a word. What is the main difference between a word and a morpheme? The main difference between them is that morpheme sometimes does not stand alone, but a word by definition always stands alone. A word may be a morpheme, but a morpheme may not be a word. Let's consider these examples. Example 1. The book is mine contains 4 morphemes. Example 2. I am playing a good game has 7 morphemes. That is I plus am plus play plus ing plus a plus good plus game. We have to note that a word may be a morpheme, but a morpheme may not be a word. And also note that a morpheme cannot be divided into smaller meaningful parts. Let us move to the classification of morphemes. Morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit which has function and creates meaning. There are types of morphemes. These include prefix, suffix, full, empty, free, bound, inflectional, and derivational morphemes. So we are going to talk about these types one after the other. Morphemes can be classified into 2 types in terms of their capacity of occurring alone. These are free morphemes and bound morphemes. When we talk of free morphemes, they are morphemes that can stand by themselves and either tell us something about the world, content or lexical morphemes, or play a role in grammar, functional or grammatical morphemes. They are free morphemes because they can be used in sentences without being attached to any morpheme. Let's consider these examples. Pizza, run, and happy are instances of lexical morphemes, while and, but, the are examples of free morphemes that have grammatical function. Bound morphemes, on the other hand, are morphemes that needs to be assigned to a free morpheme in order to make meaning. Bound morphemes are morphemes that cannot stand on their own and make meaning, but are used exclusively attached to a free morpheme. That is, they are used with free morphemes to construct a complete word. The morpheme "er" used to describe someone who performs a certain activity cannot stand on its own and needs to be attached to a free morpheme, a verb in this case. For example, dance plus "er" will give you the noun dancer. Teach plus "er" will give us the noun teacher. Bake plus "er" will give us the noun baker. And tease plus er will give us teaser. Types of bound morphemes. Bound morpheme comes in two varieties. We have the inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. Inflectional morphemes are morphemes that are attached to words to make the sentences or utterances conform to the rules of grammar. An inflectional morpheme is attached to words to make the sentences or respective forms when inflectional morphemes are attached to them. For example, cats, match, and send in the sentences below will have their respective forms when inflectional morphemes are attached to them. Now, let's chew over these sentences. Sentence 1. He sent his family much money. Sentence IV above is ungrammatical because the inflectional morpheme is omitted. I matched the items yesterday. I matched the items yesterday. This sentence is wrong. It's supposed to be I matched the items yesterday. So we have to add an inflectional morpheme. The absence of these morphemes makes the structure becomes unacceptable. The inflectional morphemes do not change the class of a word. Our last topic for today's discussion is the derivational morpheme. A derivational morpheme changes the meaning of a word or the word class or both. The significant quality of derivational morphemes is that they derive new ways. In the following examples, derivational morphemes are added to produce new words, which are derived from the parent or the root word. Examine, which is a verb, but when you add ation, it will give us examination, which is a noun. 2. Expense, which is a noun, but when we add ive, it will change the word class from noun to adjective.